Well, welcome back to the Piney Woods Homestead, y'all. It is a beautiful day here in central North Carolina. What, about 32 degrees right now?
Probably, yeah.
Got down to about 20, I think 8 or 7 last night.
No, it was 24 when I got up.
24?
2 o'clock.
Yeah, it was. I remember saying, yeah, 2 o'clock. I wondered why I slept so good last night. It was because there was nobody tossing and turning and elbowing me. Anyways, guys, we appreciate you stopping in at the Piney Woods. We gotta split some wood with the Thin Blue Beast, or Lisa's gonna do that. I'm hopping back on the easy Boardwalk Jr Sawmill to finish knocking out 4x4s for the off-grid cabin project we're doing. The weather's been crazy, y'all. We've had rain, dry, rain, dry. Actually, rain, wet, rain, wet.
And hot.
Yeah, and hot, and now cold. So it can't make up its mind, but we're going to work on that stuff. If we get an opportunity today, we'll go up there and maybe at least drop some lumber off up there at that off-grid project. If not, we'll get to it on the next video, y'all. Guys, thanks for stopping in. Lisa's going to bust some wood. I'm going to mill some lumber. Hit the old like for us, subscribe if you hadn't, and if you have,
We appreciate you.
we do. We're going to get to it, y'all. Y'all, it's quite the production getting all of this stuff set up and ready to go. And so when it's really cold like this, it takes me just a little bit longer because I'm moving slower, but I've got enough wood here bucked up for Lisa. She'll spend an hour or two out here splitting wood, y'all. Probably takes about as much time to set up on a day like today as it does to split and stack. But we try not to overwhelm ourselves, so we just try to knock out close to a cord a day when we're splitting. And all of this that we're splitting right now is kind of junky wood. I mean, it's really good red oak, but it's storm damage stuff that was laid over in the woods on a lot clearing project. That's where this timber came from. And so about 3/4 of the outside, the bark, is just rotten. And so Lisa takes extra care. She splits all of that off when she's working, so it takes her really about 2 times as long as it does just going through green stuff that's been freshly felled. But that's okay because this has already been seasoning, and once you split it, it dries out really quick, and the moisture meter will be down there where it can actually be burnt in our new type stoves. But all of this junk, let me show you. All of the trash, that's what we call it, is in this pile right here. And y'all, we don't throw that away because we actually burn that in our house. It's not pretty premium wood, but it still burns really well. So we pull it up and put it under the porch where it can dry out a little bit better because it's been raining so much. And y'all, that stuff right there burns just as good too. Well, maybe not as good as the premium stuff, no bark, just heartwood, but it burns good enough for us. And y'all, you can cook some mighty fine pigs on that right there. All right, I'll get this thing warmed up and that'll give me a chance to get the sawmill uncovered, get it warmed up, get the farm tractor warmed up, and I'll go to milling some lumber here in a few minutes while she's working on this splitter, y'all. pretty good groove over there. She can't stand splitting this storm damage stuff that's been down for a while. Cause she cleans it up, y'all. She takes extra time. Yeah, it costs more gasoline and it takes longer to do it. And you probably won't make as much money at the end of the day doing all that extra steps, but y'all, we're just trying to do it the right way. Anyways, I'll show you what I've been doing over here. Taking these southern yellow pine logs, got me a nice cant going here, if you can see that. Nice cant. I'm gonna be getting 4x4s. But what I've been doing is, as I'm getting it into a cant, I've been cutting off 1-inch boards. And I've got those stacked over here on the forks on the tractor. So I can put them back on the mill, square them up, and then stack them inside of my shop and let them start drying, because I'll be rabbiting those and making shiplap flooring for that off-grid cabin. But y'all, looking at these planks, it reminds me of something. There's been some drama related to this hat that I wear. Not the hat, but the company. And y'all, I really don't know anything about it. And so I tend to sit back and watch and see what the truth actually is when it finally comes out, and then I make an informed decision about who I support, who I don't support. But looking at these planks, I'm reminded, growing up I learned, and I still read it today, to get that plank out of my eye before I try to take the speck of sawdust out of somebody else's. So I try not to rush to judgment on stuff, y'all. We try to take it easy around here, get our work done, keep our head down, and we follow the issues, but we try not to make issues, if you know what I mean. Anyways, we're gonna get back to splitting some firewood and milling some lumber for the off-grid cabin. Y'all, it looks like I'm gonna get 4 10-foot 4x4s out of this, plus one more 1-inch board right out of the center of that camp. That's pretty good. I'll get it flipped and get them cut. But y'all, back to this. We're not ignorant, y'all. We keep an ear to the ground to see what's going on, and y'all, it is really hard this day and time to research into every single company you do business with and find out, I guess, what the soul of that company is. And I can tell you, my opinion, the world's soul ain't out for your best interest. And it doesn't really matter how many of the big companies there are. There's probably some dirt everywhere you look. But if obviously we see some blatant disregard for the good book, then yeah, we'll part ways. And we'll spend our money in other places. But until then, we'll be reserved about it and see just what transpires. But y'all, for the most part, we're dealing with our local co-op anyways now. Used to deal with that company quite a bit because one of my best friends was a manager with them. No longer is, and he's moved on. But we're back to our local co-op, and honestly, that's where we want to be anyhow. Dealing local, y'all. Living local. All right, let's get this thing done. That's enough soapbox. Let's get some real work done here. right, I got 4 really nice 10-foot 4x4s and 2 2x4s out of that log. Plus, I've got about 6 1-inch boards over here that I'll dress up, stack, that'll be for flooring. I'm trying to get flooring boards out of every single log before I'm cutting 4x4s. And I only need 3 more 4x4s. So I'm gonna cruise through some logs today while Lisa's splitting wood. I'll go back over here and check on her, see just how frustrated she's getting with this wood. But actually, y'all, I say that, but she's really patient. She does a great job. Y'all, we're gonna wrap the video up right here for the day. Lisa and I have a lot more work to get done, and we could keep filming it, but it'd just be the same thing over and over and over. So you kind of get the drift of what we're doing today. Are you getting ill with that stuff yet?
Oh, I had my earplugs too. Yeah.
Hearing protection. I think she's wearing that so she can't hear me. Not a bad idea, she. Not a bad idea. Guys, thanks for stopping in at the Piney Woods. We do appreciate you. Hit that like, man, that'll help us out a whole bunch. Channel's growing, and we owe it to you guys and the good Lord. The good Lord and you guys. You know what we mean. Guys, we appreciate you. Y'all have a good day and a great week. We'll see you on the next one.